Your host today is Joanna Scott, Group Editor with Car Design News. I would now like to turn the conference over to Ms. Scott.
Hello, and welcome to the third in a series of webinars from Car Design News. My name is Joanna Scott, and I'm the Group Editor here at CDN and Interior Motors magazine. Before I introduce today's presenter, I'd just like to remind you that our webinar will last around 45 minutes, made up of a 30-minute presentation, followed by a Q&A session for about 10 to 15 minutes. As has already been said, please post questions at any time, and we'll try to respond to as many of you as possible. Today's webinar is entitled Driving the Green Way, the First Ecological Microfiber for Automotive Interiors. Joining us today is Benedetta Tiranio. She is Marketing Director for Miko, which is a company based in Gorizia in northeastern Italy. So, if I could now hand over to you, Betty.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you, Joanna. I can talk over from here. So, hello everybody, and welcome here today for this brief presentation of our company's product, Dinamica. Let me just, yeah. So, first of all, let me quickly introduce our company called Miko. It's an Italian company, partner of a giant Japanese group, Azai, from which Miko's takes the raw material in order to create a Dinamica. Miko is a relatively new company founded in 1997 with a actual production of 600,000 meters divided in different sectors of application. But however, our capability is much bigger than that. Miko is specialized in the production of a premium microfiber suede called Dinamica. Miko is a reliable company that has a certain certification in terms of quality management system, such as the ISO TS 16949, which is the one required for the automotive industry, as well as other certifications. Miko's research and development is toward the the finding of green solution, comfort, and healthcare. And in order to do that, Miko works with an advanced laboratory, which is in-house, in order to develop our product Dinamica in order to guarantee the best properties and performances of the product. As an evidence of Miko's accomplishments, it has been listed in the RISPA's 2008 report among the best Italian excellences during the 2008 year. So, seriously, we are very proud of our latest accomplishments. Speaking of the sectors of application of Dinamica, we have a wide range of sectors. Some of old ones, I mean, we've been working for many years. Other ones are still in progress, but we are developing new product with new performances and qualities. Just looking at upholstery and automotive, which are right now the two biggest sectors in which Dinamica finds its application. Comparing the two sectors, we can clearly see that even though upholstery have been the first sectors ever discovered, automotive is quickly taking over. Miko has registered an increase of 759% from 2007 in the automotive industry. So just like going through some examples, here are some different programs we did in the past just to emphasize the acceleration of the work the Dinamica is doing in the automotive industry. Here are some old projects that were shown in different motor shows in the past. If compared with the present one, we can clearly see that the number has doubled. Here are cars showing in European and also United States Motor Show. Most of these cars belong to 1 year, 1 year and a half, so they're basically recent programs. And for the future, we are already have some programs, handling some programs. Some are just in a first stage. Others are more than just an idea. So we'll see in the near future some concrete cars coming up. So let me introduce Dinamica, which is the combination of Japanese and Italian technology and researches, and it's the first microfiber suede up to 100% ecological. The complete life cycle of Dinamica, as I said, starts in Japan in Asai Kasei. Then goes to Miko, which is settled in Italy. For automotive, we do have a laminator working with us, which handles the lamination and partly the distribution. And then from here, we go to our final clients, which are represented by OEMs and Tier 1s. This is our current cycle, which is what we are actually doing right now, but we are also developing the very last phase of this life cycle, which is the recycling part. And this part is still on the first stage, is still in progress, but we are really trying and hoping for the future to further develop this very last step. Before talking about the actual process in the making of the raw substrate of Dinamica, I just want to share some information regarding the recycled part of the polyester. Dinamica is made with recycled polyester, which is taken from a recycled process. Basically, recycle fibers such as T-shirts or type of polyester clothes and PET bottles or any other plastic objects are recycled. Comparing this process in obtaining polyester, compared the classical cycle of making polyester from petroleum, we can see how the number of energy consumption and CO2 emission are largely decreased. Maybe this number should be kept in mind for final consideration regarding the environment and the environmental impact of our product on the environment. So starting from Asai Kasei, the ultra-fine recycled polyester goes to spinning and cutting in order to obtain a fiber which is very fine. We are talking about 3 to 5 millimeter length, but at the same time very resistant. From the cutting and spinning, using what is also known as a wet lay method, the cut microfiber are dispersed in a water solution. A support screen, which runs through the water, catches the microfiber on the surface and on the backside. This cut microfiber then are laid on the screen, and during the next phase, which is the water needling, high-pressure water jets fix the microfiber on the screen. The two layers, which is the one on the surface and the backside, are entangled with each other and the screen without any damage to the fiber. So during these two phases, all the water used during the production is then cleaned and returned into the environment. So we can clearly see that even though the production cycle of making Dinamica is based on water, there is no waste of water at the end of the cycle. And then from here, we go to the impregnation with the polyurethane. In fact, the resistance of the non-woven is largely increased with the impregnation of polyurethane. So the microfiber is suspended in a water solution in which no harmful solvents are used. So the polyurethane adds strength and elasticity to the fabric, which is overall very important for the end product. If we compare this production cycle, which is also known as ecological, to other cycles known as being non-ecological, we can see a totally different process. First of all, the non-woven creation is based on carding and needle punching, not on water needling. The structure of the polyester is different because in order to preserve the microfiber from being damaged during the needle punching, it's necessary to use another type of structure called the sea island fiber. The sea island is the one that you can see on the left side of your screen, which is the blue area with the yellow spots inside. The yellow part represents the microfiber, while the sea island is composed by different other elements, which serve in order to protect the microfiber. At the end of the entanglement of the fibers, the C element, the blue part, must be dissolved in order to obtain the microfiber. So during this phase of the dissolution of the C part, a harmful organic solvent can be used. So this is a quick drawing that shows you the actual process. So we see the sea island fiber that is dissolved using organic solvent in order to obtain microfiber. This is a process that is completely different than the one used for the making of the substrate of Dinamica. Going back to the water-based manufacturing method, at this point, we have the buffing, which is an important phase in order to give regularity to the non-woven surface. The microfiber gets at this point a luxurious appearance, evenness, and a soft end feel. And at this point, the raw base is ready to go to Miko. Before talking about the dyeing and finishing, which are the last two parts of the production of Dinamica, just to spend just a few words on how Dinamica is working in research and development, because our work starts well before the dyeing and finishing, but it starts actually from our laboratory, which is the heart of our innovation. Here, we use different types of instruments in order to test the quality of our products in terms of resistance, light fasteners, color fluctuation, abrasion, and all other, we do all the tests required by our clients. We also study new recipes for the colors. We select the chemicals used during the phase of the production. We constantly try to improve the performances of our line Dinamica for each sector, and we test all incoming chemicals and materials against specifications. So we can seriously manage different type of tests and work in order to obtain a final product that can completely satisfy our clients and customers. Then during the dyeing, and the microfiber is colored with jets at high pressure and temperatures. The high quality of the dye stuff guarantees the top light passiness and performances. And during the finishing, the microfiber is treated in order to get the final aspect and performances of Dinamica, which include, of course, waterproof, stain resistance, anti-static, fire resistant, antimycotic, and everything requested. During these last two phases, Miko does not use solvents during the production of Dinamica, but employs just non-toxic methods and, of course, a water-based manufacturing cycle. Just to show you some quick pictures, you can see on your left how the raw-based material comes in our facility. We start the dyeing of all our products only from a white raw base. And from here, we can clearly make each type of color and finishing we want. We have different production machines for the dyeing in order to get different roll size, which is also important for our clients to be able to decide upon the quantity of meter of roll they wanna buy. And then during the production, the microfiber is cleaned and then go through different phases in order to have our final product, which is then kept in stock before handling to our clients. Here again, all the water used during the production is then cleaned and put it back into the environment. So if we look close at the structure of Dinamica under the microscope, we can see this unique three-layer structure, which actually has many advantages. And I'd like to point out the incredible strength of the product, its high dimensional stability, and the fact that it can be really adapted to any request to our customers and clients. Looking at the product we realized for automotive, I'd like to show you Dinamica Auto. You can clearly see the three-layer structure. What makes the Dinamica Auto unique is the FR polyester back. That is important because by changing the one of the three layers of Dinamica, we can come up with a product suitable for the automotive, which can already pass the FR standards for automotive without the need for the application of an additional screen that can pass FR. So this is something maybe that should keep in mind. Comparing Dinamica Auto versus other competitor microfiber, we can clearly see some differences. This is a test result based on some tests conducted by one of our Tier 1. On our left side, we see a seat covering Dinamica, and on the right side, another identical seat covered with another type of microfiber. So the two seats looks identical. Our Tier 1 did some tests in terms of durability, and we have some completely different results. On the left side, you see our seat made in Dinamica. You can see here that some fibers, much smaller than in the other case, are detached from the product. The product appearance remains good overall. Just by blowing some hair and brushing the pile, the color and the microfiber go back to their original. This is interesting because it points out that our technology is designed for the microfibers to deliberately break from the surface and thereby making the peeling issue impossible. On the other hand, if we go back to our competitor's feet, we can clearly see that some fibers are broken during this test, leading to the problem of the peeling. Another product for the automotive sector is Dinamica Auto Stretch. Like Dinamica Auto, the backside is made with a FR polyester, but what makes this product unique is the stretchable inner screen, which makes this product suitable for different types of application inside the car, such as the door panels, pillars, and headliners. So for all those surfaces where stretchable microfiber works better. If we compare again Dinamica Auto Stretch against our competitor microfiber, we can see other advantages. The surfaces covered with Dinamica Auto Stretch is even, and the microfiber does really well cover all points without showing any faults. On the other hand, looking at our competitors' microfiber, we can see how there are some problems in the covering of curved surfaces. These are some pictures showing Dinamica Auto Stretch. You can see here is an example of a headliner or other curved part inside the car. You can see how Dinamica Auto Stretch really nicely works well for these curved surfaces. And we don't see any clear points of defects or any problems with the microfiber. On the other hand, here are some other pictures taken to other examples from our competitors. And here you can see some visible problems. Clearly, the surface is not well covered, leading to these defects, which are actually unpleasant in the overall aspect of the vehicle. The particular structure of Dinamica Auto Stretch allows an industrial rather than a handmade production, and this leads to further benefit in terms of time saving and a less product waste. By changing one of the three layers of Dinamica, we can also create new products. For example, this is a combination of our product melange on the structure of Dinamica Auto. So we can still see the FR back, but with the change of the surface using one of our products that is very largely used, especially in upholstery. And the same we can also do with our product silk. Again, here by changing just the surface, we can still keep the performances of Dinamica Auto, but just change the look appearance of the suede. Talking about the advantages of Dinamica, first of all, I would say that Dinamica is an ecological product because it has lower environmental impact than any other similar microfabric. Miko can guarantee during the whole life cycle of the product the lowest level of polluting emission, the lowest energy consumption during the production, no toxic or polluting chemicals, again, during the production. Dinamica is made from recycled polyester, and it's designed to guarantee an easy disposal, and it's 100% recyclable at the end of life of the product. Starting from last year, we've been working on the corporate social responsibility report. We just presented the one for the year 2009, which is available to our clients. This report will be then given away at the end of each financial year. Will include relevant information on environmental action, on the latest improvement in energy saving, and all other aspects that are to deal with the green aspect of the product. Dinamica is a certified product according to Alcodex 100 certification of Class 2, which is the one for products that come into direct contact with the skin. This certification guarantees the absolute absence of harmful elements in the finishing product. It is resistant because Dinamica keeps its shape thanks to our unique technology of the inner screen. It is resistant to abrasion. It has a high light resistance, and of course, and as said before, it's free from the effect of peeling. This enables our material to retain its shape and appearance longer and in a better condition than competitive materials. And it's something that should be considered, especially for automotive, where when long-term performances and appearance is requested for the luxury appeal of the vehicle. Dinamica is breathable. Breathable has a direct correlation with comfort. In contact with the body and skin, Dinamica guarantees the property of a natural feeling. We do also have another data that shows this performance of Dinamica. We compare Dinamica Auto laminated by 5mm foam against another type of microfiber laminated with the same foam. We can see that this number, Dinamica's number is almost double, actually more than double than our competitor, indicating that more water vapors pass through the fibers of Dinamica, making the suede much more breathable. Dinamica is easy to clean, and this is also important for automotive because cleaning in the case of non-removable seat has to be done directly in place, and this is something that can be done with Dinamica. It's also very easy to perceive the beauty of Dinamica because it's just by using a soft brush or a vacuum cleaner or a dry cloth to just rise the pile, the beauty of Dinamica comes back each time. In case of more persistent stain, we do also have a stain removal checklist posted on our website that can be people can take a look on. Dinamica is customizable, offering wide range of possibilities in terms of colors. As I said before, Dinamica is available in bright colors, pastel shades, without the problem of gas fading. We start the dyeing from a white rose base. So basically, each color can be available to our clients. Also, there is a wide range of products. As I explained before, besides Dinamica Auto and Dinamica Auto Stretch, we can also combine our three-layer structure and change in order to get different type of products, such as the melange and the silk. And plus, we do also have different designs. For example, perforation or high-frequency welding. Miko is actually working with Hyundai Italia for the technology called TechStream in order to get this type of effects. So I hope that by this brief presentation, the technology behind these pictures is more clear. So here again, we have the example of a type of perforation for the Ford Taurus SHO, some high-frequency welding designed for a Golf GTE Pirelli, and the insert of a pastel shade of Dinamica in the seat of the Smart 42 edition gray style. Here you can see how our textile microfiber Dinamica is combined with other type of products such as leather and another textile. And you can see how nicely it fits inside the vehicle. So just to quick sum up the different application inside inside a car, Dinamica can be suitable for the seat or the bag and many other places where it can be personalized and can nicely create an overall fine and comfortable ambience. Also, I'd like to remember the headliner and some visors, which I couldn't show you from this view. So going to the very last conclusion of this presentation, I'd just like to spend some words on the very last phase of the Dinamica end of life, which is the recycling part. As I said, this is just in progress, but the idea is to get from each part which handles Dinamica, either the textile from scratches or even from seat covers, in order to recycle the product at the end of the use. So the idea is to get from all these parts the product, Dinamica, which can be then transformed into another product that can be sold to our clients, and this type of product can be recycled again and again. So this approach of recycling is still at the first stage, but however, some concrete agreements were made last year in order to recycle Dinamica. So the idea is to get from our textile something which is completely different, but can have a concrete application also in sectors such as automotive. So just to wrap up all these arguments, in a scenario in which CO2 emissions plays a major role in the dramatic climate change and atmospheric overheating and pollution, we already saw that all nations agree in the reducing of CO2 emissions by 50% within the year 2050, with the hope to all grow green. So the car industry is actually moving toward this direction, and we have some concrete example in this sector with the introduction of many hybrid cars, electric cars, cars which use even more and more recycled materials, showing that also automotive is gearing up to go green. So why Dinamica? Because Dinamica is driving the green way, is already moving toward this direction. Because no other microfiber has reached the same level of green technology. And more than important is that because the environment is not a fashion for Miko, which has been always invested in green solution since its foundation in 1997. And because the proof of Miko's mission is Dinamica, which is a high-performance, a premium quality suede, which can pass the requirements set by each sector application, including automotive. So this is basically just a brief introduction to our product Dinamica, and I will leave to some questions. Let me take a look. So Lorenzo Terranio, which is the vice president of our company, Miko, can take your questions. So, okay. So Lorenzo, I have one here for you. What is Miko R&D strategy for the future?
Okay, thanks for the question, Betty. I can say that we have 3 different main items to be developed. One is sustainability. Our product is often laminated by polyurethane foam in order to be used in the car interiors. Now we are trying to develop a new laminated product where PU foam is changed with nonwoven based on recycled fibrous polymers. We are looking for PU foam having a portion of recycled polyols too. Then we keep working on Dinamicas and life, and we are working to reduce energy and water consumption in the production cycle. So, in other words, we are trying to reduce the environmental impact of our brand. Then we are working on new efforts. We are continuously developing new punched product, and we are developing a new effort using new advanced finishing technology as laser and HFW, high frequency welding. In particular, we established the partnership with Aund Italia to develop trim technology. Trim technology is how Aund calls is high frequency welding technology. And at the end, we are continuously working to improve color properties and performance of our product in order to meet always OEM's requirements. And in particular, we are working to improve the cleanability of the product, because when you use Dinamica in the seat, you cannot remove to wash the product, so it's clear that the product has to be easy to clean. And for improve the Dinamica color properties and performance, we established in this case 2 good partnerships with the more important European and Japanese pigment and chemical producer.
We have another interesting question that I would like to share. Personalization is a big part of customer decision making, allowing the design teams to become more creative. How is Dinamica responding to this, and what products and services can you provide?
Okay, of course you are right. This is a big part of consumer decision making. And we have a sales organization. We have an agent in France, Germany, UK, USA too. And so our agents are continuously visiting the potential customers. And when the customer needs to develop, for example, some color, our agents inform us concerning the color, or if they need, or the customer need to improve some performance like color fastness to light for some particular application, or to improve anti-static performance, or to improve the cleanability, we create an internal project in order to meet customer needs. In other words, we are really happy to work with our potential customer or current customer to develop in partnership our product. We have an internal laboratory that is creating continuously new color, new effect, and we have a very good partnership with Asai, and so part of the personalization could be made directly in Japan and then dyed and finished in Miko, and some part we are able to provide by ourselves directly in Italy. It depends if we have to only to improve some performance or we have to change basically the product.
Yeah, so maybe we have just a couple of more minutes to take another question. Let's see, what is your impression of the emphasis in smaller economic cars of the importance being placed on additional luxury in the interior? Do you see this as a tendency?
Yes, I think so. I think this is the tendency of the market, especially because the small car or the city car are produced in order to reduce the environmental impact, but at the same the potential buyer of the car want to have luxurious interior, and I think that surely Dinamica is particularly suitable when teamed with leather, and we think that in the future Dinamica could completely substitute leather because it's cheaper and lighter than leather. I mean, it's cheaper because the Tier 1 can have a better production yield in comparison with leather, and Dinamica is lighter than leather, and so in this way it could be possible to achieve a full consumption saving.
I think we are running out of time. Joanna, do you think we still have some more minutes, or I think the time's up?
Betty, if there's a question you desperately want to answer, yeah, I can give you another minute. Otherwise, we will need to wrap up.
Do you want to answer another question, Lorenzo? I'll just get the very last one.
Yes, I will.
So why should someone choose Dinamica over other type of microfibers?
Thanks for this last question. First of all, product quality. Color and appearance remain unchanged over time. Second, all raw materials are strongly selected to avoid any dangerous effect when Dinamica enters in contact with the human skin. Third, it is possible to obtain a full color range, white and pastel color too, thanks to the aliphatic polyurethane, without any yellowing with light contact. It is breathable because it doesn't need any FR additional treatment that avoid air permeability, and at last it gives better production yields thanks to its structure that gives great adaptability to the more critical seat shapes.
Okay, I think now we have no time left. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this session, and thank you, Joanna.
Thanks, Betty. My thanks to everyone at Miko for an in-depth explanation on the company's ecological developments in microfiber materials. A lot of questions seem to come in towards the end of the Q&A session, and Miko's representatives will email responses to those questions in the next day or two. I think there going to be some polling questions, so please take a moment to respond to the on-screen poll questions, which I think should have shown up. Also, please feel free to provide your comments and feedback via the Car Design News Forum, and if you'd like to view this webinar again in the future, a link will be posted up on the CDN website in the next couple of days. So thank you very much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you again at one of our forthcoming webinars. Thanks ever so much. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude today's webinar. We would like to thank you once again for your time today, and you may now disconnect.